What is up, everybody? It is your boy, the Colonial Champion, your Colonial Champion, Sean McCarty, and welcome once again to another live stream. This time, we are going to be watching a match of the week that I know is going to be a interesting one, to be sure. At the very least, interesting. We've got Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk, the very last match that these two are ever having, 2015. Now, if you want to see this particular match, I have put it in the description of this live stream, so you should be able to see it. And if not, I'm going to read to you what the actual title of it is, and I'm going to give you all so you can hop along and watch along with me. This one's a real quick one. It's only like 11 minutes long, and I don't even think the match is going to last that long either. So we have the name of the video is Jerry Lawler versus Terry Funk, The Last Stand. Match and bonus footage. The YouTuber is Glenn Moore, who I took the photo from, and guaranteed going to be an interesting match. Now, before we get into the match and into Jerry Lawler versus Terry Funk, which is not the first time that we've had either of these guys on the show, before we get into that, I need to address certain things that have come about in the wrestling business. Now, before you get worked up about who I'm going to talk about and who not, I'm going to talk about this in a little more detail on Friday's podcast, which is going to include not only Skylar Greenberg, who is been linked with this show, at least for this past month, as we've done the drafts and gotten our shows ready, which I will talk about in a second, but is also going to be there to kind of give his thoughts on the whole situation, the information we know, the information we don't know, who's gotten affected by it, as in who's been like fired or who's been on suspension or who's made dumb comments 6 years ago on Twitter and now somebody's seen them and now it's an issue. We're going to go through all of that. We're going to go through how the companies have responded, how the talent has responded, how Jim Cornette has responded, and it's going to be, we're going to try not to take too much time on it because I naturally have to get through Atlantic Coast Pro Wrestling, which leads me to my next segue. Atlantic Coast Pro Wrestling is going to have their first card revealed on Friday's podcast. I'm excited to show you guys what I got, but I figured I would do something super special for you guys, and I would give you guys the match card here tonight. So as a little teaser, it's not going to explain the whole show, and it by no means is going to be the whole show, but I'm going to give you the match card from the very beginning of the show to the end of the show, but all the little fun little juicy bits in between you're not going to get. So without further ado, the opening match is, and here's my sheet here that I'm using alongside my binder, my Atlantic Coast Pro Wrestling binder. You probably saw this on the last live stream. Whoop, whoop. First match is the Briscoes taking on Mike Hansen and Carl Rowe, formerly known as the War Machine, formerly known as the War Raiders, formerly known as the Viking Raiders, now just known as Mike Hansen and Carl Rowe because I don't want to get into it again. We've already talked enough about Backlash. So, the Briscoes versus Hansen and Rowe. Then we have Fake Diesel Glenn Jacobs going up against Jeff Cobb with Jim Cornette. Because I said you can make whatever managers you want, and boom, shakalaka, those are the managers we got. Then we have Silas Young taking on Ricochet, also known as, well, actually, I haven't come up with his actual official name yet. I know his name Trevor, but I don't know his last name. So we're going to work that out, and we'll get that in. It's the artist formerly known as Ricochet. The next match is Orange Cassidy versus Robert Roode. Then we have Heath Slater versus Pentagon Jr. with Zelina Vega. Then we have Walter versus Man Scout Jake Manning. Then we have Adam Cole with Britt Baker versus Johnny Gargano with Tommaso Ciampa. Then we have Brian Cage versus MJF. And it's worth noting that matches the opener, 2, 3, and 4 are all going to have 10-minute time limits. 5, 6, 7, and 8 all have 15-minute time limits. And the main event has a 30-minute time limit. So time limit matches. That's right. We're adding time limits. And don't forget, we're doing the over-the-top rope thing, too. So if you do the over-the-top rope and you throw somebody out, it is a disqualification. We are still having that happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen on this show. I'm just saying that it's going to happen. So, Brian Cage versus MJF is match 8 in our main event. The Revival are taking on the Hardys for the Atlantic Coast Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. And all will be explained why all these matches are taking place, how they all fit in, how it makes sense, how it melds itself together and becomes one giant piece of unbreakable gorilla glue that sticks and is fortified and is ready to ship off into week 2. And we're going to get plenty of that. But now going back to the original topic, which is the speaking out stuff. It's hard to make a statement blanket-wise because each situation is different. Each one has certain levels of evidence, and each one has certain responses and certain pressures from multiple industries and multiple sources. Meaning, not only are the accused speaking, but then if they're employed by a wrestling promotion, they have to make some level of response. And I don't want to blanket statement any of the cases because that's a very easy way to create judgments that aren't based in fact, but instead are based on our opinions of people and other people's opinions of people. And until it's fully fortified and known, like hands down, without a doubt, that somebody has done something or somebody has not done something, I'm going to play the role of I don't know. And I don't know is such a genuine way of putting it because I genuinely do not know. I don't know what's to come of any of this. But I will make a small detail known just for our purposes. If it comes to light that someone has done things they shouldn't have in a very sexually provocative way, and they happen to be on either my roster or the NWL's roster, we both reserve the right to drop that talent and pick up a new talent. And I know that at least in NWL's case, there's one man specifically that he is very adamant is not going to be returning onto the show. And I'm not going to spoil that for him. I'm just going to let him. I'm going to let him explain that when we get to that point, and he might even explain it on Friday. But who he's going to take in response to dropping this person, I'm going to leave that as a surprise because even I don't know. I'm going to let kayfabe be kayfabe, but just so you know, there may be some last-minute roster changes just because of current events and the way the current events have unfolded and how we're all responding to them. So don't be surprised if a certain storyline is swept under the rug based on certain talents deciding that they wanted to get their willies wet in a way that they shouldn't have gotten their willies wet. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. That's how it's affecting us, the shows, and the programming. A little note on that as well. We are also, next week, going back to our regularly scheduled programming, which means that after this show on Friday, after the show where I reveal Atlantic Coast Pro Wrestling's first week, we're going to go back to our original structure, which means that the week after that, a week after this week, it's going to be just me again. We're going to do a solo show. It's a solo show I haven't done in forever because we've been doing all this work on making the rosters and developing the rosters. I need some solo time. I need some me time. So it's going to be just a little fireside chat between you, the fans, and me, the Colonial Champion. And then the week after that, I'm hoping to have a brand new guest on the show if I can swing it. If not, it'll probably just be me again, but which I don't mind. I don't mind doing solo shows. And then the third week of every month. So whatever the third Friday of each month from now until December, that's going to be our show exchange. So that's going to be when Skylar Greenberg comes back onto the show, and he and I he goes through his show, I go through my show, and we just spend the whole podcast doing that. There's no match of the week. and maybe on those weeks I'll do a live stream like this as far as our match of the weeks go. But we're going to get back to Superstar Spotlights in the next couple of weeks. As far as the live streams are concerned, I'm really only going to do them probably once a month now. I'm probably going to do them just for the match of the weeks that we don't actually incorporate them into the show, which really would only be for that moment. So in case you're wondering where the live stream's headed, that's probably going to be that. Unless there's a show that I really want to watch and react to. But honestly, with the way that professional wrestling has been going recently from all companies, I have almost zero interest in that. Maybe we'll watch an old school show and we'll do a live stream reaction or something along those lines. But for the time being, we're going to kind of put the pin in the live stream. So this is going to be one of the, at least until the third week of July, this is going to be one of the last live streams of a consistent basis that you're going to see. But let's talk about this match of the week. This match of the week is Jerry Lawler, Terry Funk, October 24th, 2015, the Oman Arena in Jackson, Tennessee. I have no idea how many people are going to be in the arena. I have no idea what this video quality is going to look like. It's the last stand. And for some reason, they say there's some bonus footage. And I don't know what that bonus footage is going to look like. I don't know how many times advertisements are going to get in the way of this because, it's YouTube. So I wouldn't be surprised. But we're going to try and trudge through this as best as we can. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Actually, you know what I'm going to do just to kind of save myself from that? I'm going to refresh the page and see if there's an ad. No ads. Excellent. So with that said, we're going to start at the 000 mark, as most good places should. And yep. Got 11 minutes of programming here. Let's take a look. Jerry, Terry, let's see what you got. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Now I'm recording this, the actual footage of this, or as far as the audio is concerned, on the TV, as opposed to having it on the speaker, which is what I normally do. And, oh, I guess this wasn't the match. I guess it's Jerry just being Jerry. And taking a photo with, what number wife is that? Who knows? Who knows with Jerry? But this is going to be he's getting the jacket as Jerry reaches for female. That is a nice jacket, though. That is a nice jacket. Nice. What is that, a Letterman? And then there's Terry with the chaps. He's got some Young Bucks chaps going on there, although they're a little bit cooler than that. Some footage in gorilla position, which is only called gorilla position when they're doing a lot of they're doing like bonus footage, like the prep stuff with bonus footage. I see. Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong to call those Young Bucks chaps. Those are actual Terry Funk chaps. Oh, he looks so. Even at 70-something, Terry still looks like a badass. And what's he do? He's got Desperado by the Eagles as an in-ring theme. It seems kind of an odd. It's not really getting the amps for him. Like, are you amped for him? Classic Jerry theme. So is there even a heel and a babyface in this situation? I'm not sure. It's just 2015 after all. We'll probably tell like the second that they get into it, though. There are not a ton of people in this arena. There are not a ton of people in this arena. But this is also 2015, so I don't expect it to be packed for Jerry and Terry, as much as I'd like to see it. And these kids, they will not understand. All right, here we go. Here we go. Match has started. What, 3 minutes in? Nearly 3 minutes in. Here comes the match. How long elbow time to start? Terry is bald as all hell. Goes for a right hand. Jerry ducks out. Referee stops Terry, and that's that. Clean break. Another lockup. There are several cuts in this, which is worth noting. Ooh, right hand. Small jabs by Terry, but effective jab. Jerry's still great at selling after all this time. All those punches. And from Amarillo, Texas. Terry, oh, throws Jerry out. What did Jerry just hit him with? Jerry just hit him with like a Coca-Cola can. Oh, the right hand. Terry's stagger is still great. His selling stagger is still fantastic, even in 2015. But these guys have definitely slowed down. Not that they were ever really fast, but now they're just straight up brawling. Uh-oh. Terry's got the recycling. Oh, no. I think they made it out of particle board. No, I think it actually is a cardboard box. This is a cardboard box over Jerry. Hey, some people are getting kind of into this. I think there's a lot of old school fans here who just like reminiscing about these kind of guys. So keep it in the ring, not outside. They're like way outside. Jerry's trying to move closer to Terry. Terry hurting. And Terry has got a massive push broom. Terry Funk has a massive push broom. What is this? And now a headlock. Jerry's got a headlock. There we go. Getting some punches in. Oh, what's Jerry getting now? Jerry's going in the back to try to find some arena equipment. At least with this, Jerry's finding arena equipment that isn't just, oh, well, I was about to say that, but Jerry just found a trash can full of broomsticks. So I guess those would just be in the arena. I don't know if that was quite set up, but this is that was a bit of a surprise. And when did Terry got juice? What happened to Terry? Wait, did Terry get juice from the broomstick? Now he's punching the referee. Terry's just going nuts in classic Terry Funk fashion. Oh man, that actually sounded like it hurt. The thwap with the broomstick to Jerry's head, or to the back of Jerry. Still looked like it hurt. Terry ain't stopping. Butt of the broomstick into the gut. Oh, and another swap with a broomstick. Who would have thought that a broomstick could be so dangerous? And don't give me that John Moxley, Kenny Omega garbage. I'm not going talking about that. Oh, broke it right over Jerry's back. That was not planned. And now that thing looks like, and Jerry just Terry hitting the ref for no reason. What did that referee do to Terry? I know Terry's just this unhinged maniac, which he's been for years. But what is this? Jerry with a right hand, trying to get back in the ring. Terry back in the ring now. Big beefy guy at security. Not just, what is he, choking Terry? So who is heel here? They're both doing heel stuff. The referee crawling back in after taking repeated broom shots. And somebody is screaming behind this camera guy. No, what's he got? He's got some sort of sharp foreign object. He's just driving into Jerry's face, and he just drove it into the ref's face. Again, what did this referee do other than trying to officiate this match? So maybe Terry's being the heel here because he's being a bit of a dick to the referee, and he's hitting him for no reason. It looks like a spike that Terry's got. Terry's just being just savage. God, at 70-something years old, he's still screaming at him. Still can't find it. No, the referee, I think, is going to throw this match out. Yeah, I think the referee, after getting hit several times by Terry, has finally decided enough is enough. Now just choking Just, you son of a bitch, chuck and smack, and now the referee's going to try and stop. Hey, at least these guys are actually trying to pull them apart as opposed to WWE going, oh, no, please stop. Please don't do it. Please. Oh, you did it. Oh, no. At least these referees are trying to pull Terry apart. They're not very effective because Terry's in his 70s, and he's still thwapping at people and flailing. They're trying to block him from getting to Jerry Lawler. Oh, but Jerry just threw the fireball. Jerry Lawler just threw the fireball in Terry's face, which got a huge baby face pop. But an old school move right there. Throws the fireball, and now Terry doesn't know what to do. He's walking around. He could be burned. He's already busted open. This man is 60-something years old, but after all the stuff he did to the ref, he kind of deserves it. And Jerry wins by DQ. The guy who threw the fireball after the match is the guy who wins by DQ. Amazing. Wow. Something tells me this isn't over, though. So this is the last match they're ever going to have, and they end it by disqualification. I mean, this did feel like an old school match. And really, they have this exact same match in the 80s, which they did several times, and people would go rabid over it. This is just a different audience, so it wasn't as much like that. So now is Jerry just pandering the fans? Is that what we're getting for the last little bit here? Yeah, it's Jerry, and more Jerry. And then there's an end credits. It's filmed by Lawler, and then he actually gave special thanks to Jerry Lawler, Lauren McBride, Terry Funk, Oman Arena, and the USA Championship Wrestling, which is where this was apparently from. Well, this was something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this was. This did remind me of a Memphis match, and unfortunately, this was 30 years after a Memphis match was needed. And I guess after all those spikes to the eyes, he didn't even have to worry about getting any juice. I don't even know what juice Terry got. I don't even know what that was from. But there's a great match between these two. If you want to see a really good one, I think I've reviewed it. I think I've reviewed it for this show, but maybe I haven't. It's the original 5-star match, which is Jerry Lawler versus Terry Funk, Memphis Wrestling, 1981, I want to say. Jerry was wearing these white tights, and Terry got this like the crazed look in the eye and the fighting back. And I think that one also ended in disqualification. But I don't quite remember. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. But it's great. It's a great contest. And that match puts this match to shame. But this is 2015. What are you expecting? There weren't going to be any moves. There were a lot more cuts in this than I thought. So I think this match might have gone on for like another 5 or 6 minutes, but it was a lot of like slow-moving filler. So there probably wasn't a whole lot of like big grandois, real contest. Because, I mean, think about the age of these guys in this. But, I still appreciate the spirit. I appreciate the spirit no matter what. Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk, two great wrestlers. And another match you should watch, and we may do it as a match of the week at some point, is Ric Flair versus Terry Funk for the World's Heavyweight Championship. I think I want to say that was Chi-Town Rumble 89, but it might be another one. It might be another one in that group, in that area. I think it was 89. See, this is the thing. Like, this is why I do the territory deep dive, so I know where to do that. And now, speaking of the territory deep dive, when we get back, when we're finished with this week's podcast and we start doing my own stuff, the next couple matches of the weeks are going to be some stuff that I find buried inside the territories or buried inside like a WCW show, like an early WCW show or a Starrcade or something. So we're going to be finding some fun ones with that, and that's going to do it for our live stream match of the week. Now, if you liked what you saw, you know what to do. You know what to do, which is go find that like button, go find that share button, go find that subscribe button and go find that bell button, and you know what to do with it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do, right? I'm not here to influence your decisions. Your decisions are your own. But if you like what you see, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe, hit the bell button so you get everything Court Martial Podcast. And with that said, thank you very much for watching. We will see you on Friday for Atlantic Coast Pro Wrestling's first show and more. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time. All right, now we got to do, all right, you ready to end the stream? Yes, I want to end the stream. All right, as I said, we'll see you next time.